Hi, you're watching Cypher and welcome to this next video in which I'm going to be reviewing my most previous lesson and giving everybody an update on what I've been quiet over the last couple of weeks and what I've been working on. So I'll be right back with all of that in just a moment. Hi, so just practicing my scales at the end of my little practice session. Sunday morning, and I am reviewing my lesson 24, which was undertaken on the 22nd of July 2020. So at that point it was about 358 days and around 106 hours of practice. I've been a bit quiet over the last couple of weeks because life has taken over again. We decided to decorate one of the bedrooms to replace the carpet. That turned into redecorating 3 bedrooms and doing 3 carpets, so the whole of the upstairs basically, with the exception of my workroom and the bathroom. So that was quite an upheaval. This room was completely rammed full of stuff. The conservatory and the downstairs just had clothes and stuff all over the place, and doing a video was just not going to happen. And in addition, at work we're gearing up for a major release of our next version of our product, so I've been working on my practice application to test the new version. So what with work and home life and decorating, and I even took some time off work to get the decorating done, I've been doing that and practicing in the evening. Just putting the camera on and doing a video just never happened. So for those of you that have been chasing me for an update, that is the reason why there hasn't been one. I've been spending more time probably on the practice than worrying about getting the camera out and shooting videos. So I was just working on the pentatonic scale there. I haven't done quite as much on the scales and the riffs over the last couple of weeks because Micheal's got me working on Everybody Hurts, and in lesson 24 we spoke about Everybody Hurts and obviously the extension of the other parts. And what I found is when I was playing like this. So largely just looking at the strings all of the time, these picking strings. The fingering for the chords, just moving my fingers up, not too bad. I'm finding that to be reasonably okay without actually looking. But I'm looking at these picking hand all of the time for skipping the strings. So rather than moving on to anything more clever, what we've decided to do as homework for this couple of weeks is to play without looking at the strings. You probably saw there where I was playing the scales and they weren't as clean as they have been previously, is because I've got the guitar is more upright. I can't actually see the strings as much, so I'm trying to feel what I'm playing more than watching what I'm playing. And that's going to have the added benefit going forwards, because God forbid I should ever start singing, then I don't want to be looking at the guitar while I'm doing that. But more importantly, if I'm playing music from a music sheet, I want to be able to read the music rather than looking at the strings on the guitar. You know, I want to be looking at the tabs rather than the actual guitar itself. The added benefit to doing this is that with the guitar more upright, I'm finding that I'm not bending my wrist around as much, which means I've got a much more relaxed wrist, which is enabling me to play for a little bit longer. But with REM Everybody Hurts, this is all about skipping the strings. And one of the things that I found, more by accident than anything else, because remember these lessons are still being done over Skype with Micheal, so it is relatively difficult for him to see what I'm doing technically. But one of the things that I found is if I just loop my little finger underneath the pick selector here, and with just the bottom of my little finger, this little fleshy bit here, is resting on this top knob. If I just do that and then I put my arm against the guitar, then that gives me quite a nice pivot point where I can pick up the individual strings, and I'm using that pretty much as a reference point all the time now. And then if I do need to change to a different pickup, then it's very easy just to move. And if I need to change the volume or the tone, then again I can quite easily do that just by rolling my hands. But giving me basically an anchor point, a reference point here on my arm on the top of the guitar, then that's enabling me to pick out the strings a little bit more. So I have been practicing this for a few days. We've had a couple of busy days, which means I haven't done any practice for a couple of days, annoyingly. I was getting on really well. But basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick these strings out now without looking. So I tend to look just to get myself a reference, and then I'm trying to follow along with the music sheets. And as you can see, I'm still struggling with that a little bit. Let's give it another go. So as you can see there, I'm still tripping up a little bit. The first section isn't too bad. Once I get to the G, G, F sharp, E major and A, it still goes a little bit haywire. And I've been mainly practicing on the D to the G. And I'm starting to get there. My main problem is very often when I'm playing the G, so this bit here, I'm tending to go 6, 2, 1, and then I've run out of strings instead of going 6, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's really frustrating me. My nephew actually sent me a link to a video, the most annoyed guitarist or most frustrated guitarist or something, and he's trying to do something and he keeps on messing up at the same point, and he's getting really frustrated and really angry, and I can relate to that. because sometimes I'm playing and I just can't find that third string. I keep hitting the second, and trying to do this without looking at the guitar and getting the feel is what the homework is all about at the moment. So I'm continuing to try and persevere with that. So we'll go again. The good thing is you can hear straight away when you've got it wrong, so that helps, but it's so frustrating, so frustrating. Here we go again. Wasn't so bad, as I tend to find the first 2 or 3 times in a session that I'm doing this, it goes all over the place. About 3 or 4 minutes in, it starts to come good, and then I'm finding after about sort of 12 or 13 minutes it starts to go off again. So I'm trying to get to the 15-minute point before it starts going wrong. And then in each of my practice sessions, I'm trying to just push that by another couple of minutes all the time, to the point where I would like to, and this is my aim, is to get to the point where I can play this for 30 minutes without messing up or messing up too badly. The other thing that I need to practice more on is where I'm going from the G and then across to the G F sharp, which in actual fact is just a very quick and easy movement there. So that chord change features quite heavily in my practice routine at the moment. That one isn't too bad. But when we go from the G F sharp to the E, then that's quite an interesting one that I need to work on a little bit more. All I'm doing is taking all my fingers off and putting those two down. So it's just the first and the middle finger, which should really be a very easy move. And when I'm practicing this as chord changes, then I'm doing quite well. I just trip up when I'm trying to play the song. And the other thing as well is I'm used to, when I come down to the E, is playing the 5th string, whereas for REM you can actually play it without any fingers on the strings whatsoever. But obviously what we're trying to do is Michael's trying to get me getting my E fingers in the right place. So it sounds exactly the same, and that's quite frustrating. And it's frustrating because all I've got to do is lift the bottom 2 fingers off, move that down and that one on. It's easy. But when I try and do it when I'm playing, it's like one thing too many to remember to do. So It's not even that. So I need to be playing. There you go, you see. It's frustrating, and it's just practice. It's all it is. It's practice, practice, practice. Missed that one. And then from the E minor we go to the A, and what I was trying to do was I was trying to get all three of my fingers in there together, and with my chubby fingers I was very often finding that I was either muting the first string or very often just buzzing on that fourth string. So what we've decided to do is from the E minor leave my ring finger down and just bring my first finger and my ring finger in, and I'm playing the A chord that I'm used to playing. So just over the last few days I'm having to go from there to there. And that chord change is now featuring quite heavily in my practice routine as well, even though we are simply picking out individual strings here. So again, that's something that I need to be working on quite a lot between now and Wednesday's lesson. So I have really got to step up the practice because time is running out again, and I really want to try and get this done for then. So the main emphasis from this lesson was just to review what we'd done, and then, as I said, it's just to try and play the guitar, play this sequence, this REM Everybody Hurts sequence, without looking at the strings. And we are getting there. I mean, occasionally I will look at my fretting hand, and just because I want to make sure that when I'm playing the G, I'm getting my middle finger over. That is something that I'm quite lazy with, but I don't want to be looking at the picking hand quite so much. So as you can see, I get a little bit of a run going, and then suddenly I lose concentration, or my fingers just don't want to play the correct strings, and there's just something that we'll be working on. So yeah, it's tough, it's frustrating, it's rewarding and very satisfying when it goes right. And a couple of days ago, about 3 or 4 days ago, I was playing this, and halfway through the session it suddenly came right, and even towards the end of the song things were going quite well. I then had a break for a day or so whilst decorating, and that put me back a little bit. So now all that's out of the way, I've got a clean run until my next lesson, and that is purely what I'm going to be practicing. In my software I set this up as a practice routine. I'm ignoring the riffs, I am ignoring all of the scales. I literally just do my normal warm-up. I then do my stretchy scale, and then straight into the REM Everybody Hurts, and that's what we're working on. So hopefully things will go well on Wednesday's lesson, and all being well, I'll be back in a week's time with a review of that lesson and hopefully some better news about how Everybody Hurts and REM is going, and then hopefully we'll move on to the next part of the song, and then within a short period of time I'm hoping that we'll be able to put this to a backing track. I've seen one that I want to play along to, and that will be my main goal. Probably in the next 4 weeks being able to play this without too many issues to a backing track. So anyway, I apologise again for not having done a video for a while. I apologise to all the subscribers, and thank you to everybody that's been chasing me and keeping me honest. If you are not a subscriber, then please consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button and also hitting the bell, please. That'll give you updates of any future videos that are coming very, very soon. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to practicing this song, and I'll see you on another video in, hopefully, as I said, a week's time. So thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Getting there slowly. Take care. Bye bye.